Yo, what is good with y'all? It's Ron the Red Man, and yeah, we're reacting to some more scary stories, y'all. I got like some 3 good ones for y'all. So yeah, let's just react to these, y'all. Y'all, this first one we're gonna react to, y'all. Is a channel called Snarl. They post like some scary stuff on there, and and I actually watched their stuff before, and their stuff is actually genuinely scary. So yeah, let's just react to these, y'all.
There's something dangerous abducting children in this area. Hey, I'm Sapphire. Want to hear something scary?
Hold on, that was tough. I'm not gonna lie, that was tough though. Bro. Imagine that, I did my intros like that. Hey, it's from the Red. Wanna play some games? Yo, nah, bro. Maybe. Okay, but really though, maybe not me though.
You've heard of the Slender Man,
okay,
but have you heard of the tall, slender woman? This next chapter is a Japanese urban legend called Hachishaku-sama, which means 8 feet tall.
Damn, 8 feet tall, damn.
In a small village in Japan. Every summer, my parents would take me there on holiday to visit them. The last time I saw them was the summer when I was 8 years old. My grandparents were inside the house, and I was playing by myself outside in the backyard. I heard a strange sound. I didn't know what it was, and it was hard to figure out where it was coming from. I was looking.
Yo, that's a beat though. Boom. 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 Let's go back to that, yo.
Strange sound. I didn't know what it was, and it was hard to figure out where it was coming from. I was looking around, searching for the source of the noise, when I noticed something on top of the tall hedges that enclosed the backyard. It was a straw hat. It wasn't resting on the hedge, it was behind it. That's where the sound was coming from. Then the hat began to move. It stopped at a small gap in the hedge.
This whole thing is giving me chills. Oh shit.
It was a woman.
Who the hell?
But the hedges were high, almost 8 feet tall. I was surprised at how tall the woman was.
Yeah.
I wondered if she was wearing stilts or some sort of huge high-heeled shoes.
Or she played in the NBA.
Then, a split second later, she walked off, and the strange noise disappeared with her, fading into the distance. Confused, I got up and ran back into the house. My grandparents were in the kitchen drinking tea. I sat down at the table and told my grandparents what I had seen.
All right.
They weren't really paying attention to me until I mentioned that distinctive sound. They both froze.
They just all look like that.
Grandma's eyes grew wide, and she covered her mouth with her hand. Grandpa's face became very serious, and he grabbed me by the arm. "This is very important," he said.
Whoa.
Very intensely. "How tall was she? As tall as the garden hedge?"
Acting like she got a... Bro, what is this, bro? How tall was she, bro? Damn.
Very intensely. "How tall was she? As tall as the garden hedge?" "Where was she standing? When did this happen? What did you do? Did she see you?" I tried to answer all his questions as best as I could. He rushed out to the hallway and made a phone call. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but after he hung up, he walked out the door. "Grandma, what's going on?" "There's something dangerous abducting children in this area," she said. "We call it Hachishaku-sama. It takes on the appearance of an extremely tall woman and says, in a deep
that's creepy.
voice. A long time ago, it was captured by monks, and they managed to confine it in a ruined building on the outskirts of the village. They trapped it using 4 jizo, small religious statues that they placed at the north, south, east, and west of the ruins.
So this is in
Japan.
Japan.
That it could not escape. But somehow, it did. The last time it appeared was 15 years ago. My grandmother said that anyone who saw it was destined to die within a few days.
Oh, nah.
It all sounded so crazy.
Gotta stay strapped up.
I wasn't sure what to believe. Just then, my grandpa came back, but with an old woman who called herself Keisan. They took me upstairs to my bedroom and began covering the windows with newspaper, with ancient runes written all over them. Kason placed small bowls of salt in all four corners of the room and a small Buddha figure in the center.
Soon the sun will be setting, so listen carefully. You must stay in this room until 7:30 tomorrow morning. Do not open this door for any reason.
She placed a bucket in my hands.
Not even to use the restroom.
So let me get this straight. I'm supposed to pee pee and poo poo in that bucket, bro. Oh nah, bro. This is serious, y'all.
Grandparents and Kason left the room, and I locked the door after them. I couldn't believe what was happening. Was I really going to die in a few days? I turned on the TV to try to take my mind off everything and eventually fell asleep. I was awakened around 1 a.m. by a tapping sound on the window. It's probably just a tree or something, I told myself. Then came a knock on the door, and I heard my grandpa's voice. Are you okay in there? If you're scared, I can come keep you company.
No, that's not
Hearing his voice was such a relief that without thinking, I rushed over to the door. But something didn't feel right. I looked at the bowls of salt in the room. All four of them had turned black. And then I heard the sound again. The tapping on the window continued. I knelt in front of the Buddha and began to pray. I was so terrified and caught up in my chanting that I didn't realize the sounds had stopped. I checked my watch. It was 7:30 a.m.
I would have said it till 10.
I opened the door and ran to my grandparents. We all got in a van and headed straight for the airport. Apparently, there were others who had escaped the grasp of Hachisaku-sama as long as they never stepped foot in Japan again. So 2 years ago, when my grandpa got sick, he refused to let me visit him. He even left strict instructions in his will to not let me attend his funeral. I couldn't believe that this creature prevented me from saying goodbye to him. So when my grandma called a few days ago to tell me she had been diagnosed with cancer, I wasn't going to let her stop me from visiting. It's been 10 years, Grandma, and nothing has happened to me. We don't even know if this thing is real. I'm not going to let it stop me from seeing you. If you say so, dear. I love you, Grandma. I'll see you soon.
Oh, nah.
Like this video if it gave you chills.
Oh, nah, bro. That was creepy, bro. Y'all, that was actually genuinely scary, y'all. Yo, that was really good. Alright, y'all, this next one is called... Alright, y'all, this next one is also from Snarled, and this one is called Blood is Thicker Than Water. So yeah, y'all, let's just react to this, y'all.
Hey, I'm Sapphire. Wanna hear something scary?
Bro, that intro is fire. I don't care what anybody says, that intro is fire.
Lady Blanca. The following is inspired by a true story from Hazel.
Okay.
My parents split early in my life, when I was around 7 years old. Mom got to keep the house, and us along with it. My mom blamed the divorce on my grandma. Grandma was from my father's side, and she absolutely despised us.
That bitch looks creepy.
We had to take her in as she got older, but she was never grateful. She would claim to feed me and my sister, only to leave us hours without food. She was filthy and would make us clean up after her. Worst of all, she constantly chided my father for marrying my mom. She would call us worthless, and she would tease me and my sister until we cried. Soon, it was enough for my mom, and Dad left, thankfully with Grandma along with him. A few weeks after the divorce, my sister and I went to our backyard to play tag. It was a hot summer day, and our neighborhood was known for having stray cats. A couple of them would come by and lay under our house to seek shade from the powerful sun.
Okay.
Today was one of the hottest yet, but for some reason, no cats came to visit us. My sister and I went to the alley where most of the strays live, only to find the cats hissing in the direction of our house. Me and my sister tried to shrug it off as the weather, but something stopped my sister dead in her tracks. She turned to something peeking out behind the dumpster. She pointed in horror and shouted, "Sis, look, look! Oh, the poor thing." I strained my eyes. It looked like a weird red ball. Then I noticed the ears. the nose.
Oh,
These bloodshot
nah.
eyes. It was the head of a kitten. Someone had drilled a piece of bark straight through its skull.
Oh, nah.
Its eyes remained permanently fixed in a state of terror. My sister went to pick it up, but I swatted her hand away and we ran straight back to our house. There on the porch, it was the rest of the kitten. Fur crusty with dried blood, missing its head. The chest of the kitten had been opened up.
It's still
Someone
growling,
had
bro.
forcefully replaced its intestines with hot, sizzling stones. We ran, screaming in fear, knowing that this was not an accident. A couple days go by, and me and my sister tried to distract each other from the gruesome incident by watching TV. We figured it was
How can you go
thug's
watching
idea
TV
of a
after you've
cruel
seen
joke,
that?
and we were too afraid to get my mom involved. Something jolted us from our show. A cat's painful cry from the basement. We ran downstairs
From the
as fast as we
basement?
could to find another red furry clump, unmoving. This one had its heart pulled out of its chest.
Oh,
But those
no.
terror-struck eyes from the last kitten were missing. In their place were 2 red pits. I thought the kittens would be the most of my worries. At least I could distract myself with sleep, or so I thought. Sometimes I would wake up not being able to move. I was paralyzed, and my sister
Sleep
couldn't help me.
paralysis?
In fact, she was gone. In her place was a man with sharp red eyes. He would climb onto my chest yelling,
What the
"I'll
fuck?
never live." Eventually, I'd lose my breath and then I would wake up. The dreams were frequent. I couldn't handle them anymore. I had to tell my mom. I woke up and walked over to her room, but she was crying. She told me she can't find anyone to buy our small house and no apartment in the area will accept us. She apologized for making us feel trapped. I shook my head and tried to reassure her. She asked me why I was up so late. I finally broke down, explaining the kittens my sister and I found outside, and also about the scary man from my dreams. My mom's face changed into a look of concern. This wasn't coincidental. This was the work of black magic. Black
Oh,
magic
nah.
is when one sells their soul to the devil to inherit the ability to curse people. Mom went into the other room and called someone who went by the name of Lady Blanca. A half hour later,
Okay.
a woman showed up to our house. Her outfit was strange and a bit creepy, and her fearful expression scared me even more. If she's the black magic expert, what in our house could possibly be scaring her?
Listen to me carefully. Whatever is in this house can kill you.
She walked around
Oh,
the house.
nah.
I feel the presence of a demon. He takes the shape of a man with red eyes.
I told her that I always see him in my room during my nightmares. She nodded and ran to my room yelling.
You must leave this family alone.
She flipped over my bed, shouting.
I see it! I see it!
Confused, we all looked at each other. She then started to jump on my floorboards, yelling.
I need a hammer, something to lift the boards, hurry!
Yo,
My mom
this
ran and
is...
gave her a hammer. She banged on the floor until a board popped up. Inside was a plain white box with Latin written on it. Lady Blanca read the Latin out loud.
Death.
She opened the box and we crowded around to see what was inside. Bundled up in the bottom were the bones of a cat.
These cat bones are a curse. Someone sacrificed this mother and her newborn kittens in order to invite that demon into your home. I will take them with me.
Lady Blanca left the house with the box. The next morning, my mother received a call. It was one of the apartment managers she applied to. It seems there was a mix-up with applications. I'm happy to inform you that we're going to take you and your family in.
Oh,
You
let's
can pick up
go.
your keys next Monday. I'm very sorry about the inconvenience, ma'am. Lady Blanca called a week after we got situated in our new apartment. Mom put her on speaker
Let's
so
go.
we could hear that the disposal was a success and there would be no more demons haunting us. Lady Blanca, how could this have happened in the first place? Who would curse us?
Someone must
I'm
have
guessing
lived
the
in house
grandma.
previously. They must have had a comfortable life, having others take care of them, loading their issues onto other people in the house. However, this was not a good person. Whenever they left, They cursed the building to bring bad luck to anyone who lived there.
My mother froze and stared at us. I shared her look of shock and fear. The last person to leave this house was Grandma.
Yeah.
Do you want more something scary? You can listen to the extended version of this episode over at Apple.
Bro, that was creepy, bro. Let's see what the comments say about this. Damn, blood is thicker than water. I'm thicker than a snake. Yo, what? If a demon is in your house, just say "be gone" thought and just throw holy water in that place over. I'm already gangster until she says it's based on her true story. Alright, this last one is called a true laundromat horror story. I got nothing relatable to say about this. I got nothing else to say about this. That font looking crusty. Just like my hair today, y'all. Damn. Anyways, y'all, let's get straight to it, y'all.
My name is Rebecca, and I'd like to share something that happened to me when I was about 12 years old.
Okay.
Every Thursday or Friday, my mom would go to the laundromat because we didn't have a washer or dryer at our house at the time. I really didn't like staying home with my sisters since it was boring, so I always tagged along with my mom to help her. Even if it was just as boring, at least I always got snacks for going, so a win was a win. One Thursday evening, my mom was super busy, so we ended up going to the laundromat pretty late. Since the laundromat was located in a rundown neighborhood, it was a bit scary during that time of day. But since I'd been there multiple times at night, it wasn't that scary. Everything started the same, helping my mom load clothes into the washer, nothing out of the ordinary. Afterward, I started to get a bit hungry, like I always do, so I asked my mom if she could give me some money to buy snacks at the gas station. She handed me $10, and I left. The gas station wasn't too far, and since I'd always go alone...
What is that, like a 7-Eleven?
This time, however, I felt an odd feeling, but I shrugged it off. I walked into the gas station and grabbed chips and a drink. I started to leave, but an old rusty truck caught my eye for some reason. I squinted and saw a middle-aged man with a slight beard. He was staring straight at a brick wall, but when he saw me, he made the widest smile I'd ever seen. I thought he was being nice, so I smiled back. But as I began to walk away, he followed me with his eyes. My heart sank. I bolted to the laundromat, and as I looked back, I could still see the man staring at me with the same smile on his face.
Someone needs to shoot him.
As I entered the laundromat, I could still see the truck, though only slightly, and I felt a bit safe. I opened my chips and began eating. As I was finishing my chips,
what the hell is he doing here?
The same face, still staring at me. Chills went up my spine. I took my eyes off of him to ease me and decided to look out the window I was sitting behind. To my horror, the man had parked in front of where I was eating. As soon as he saw my mom coming out of the bathroom, he walked out and got into his truck. When he began pulling out of the driveway, he continued to stare at me and finally took his eyes off as he drove away. I finally felt relieved.
What a weirdo.
When he had left, I told my mom about everything. She looked just as scared as I looked, so we hurried up, folding the clothes, and left. I'm entering my freshman year of high school this year, and I still get chills remembering the incident.
That was it? What? Alright, y'all, but that's gonna do it for today's episode, y'all. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, y'all. Peace.
6'9", that boy rat, flex not hard.